We often look for motivation in books, podcasts, and videos. But the truth is, motivation fades. What lasts is self-discipline. It is the quiet force behind every successful life. It doesn't shout or boast, it acts. It stays when excitement disappears. The ancient Stoics knew this well. They believed discipline was the root of freedom, not restriction. In a world full of distractions, mastering yourself is the ultimate power. And that's the shocking truth about self-discipline. It can completely transform your life. Lesson 1. Self-discipline fuels consistent action. Action is everything. Without action, dreams stay dreams. But taking action once is not enough. You need to take action every single day. This is where self-discipline becomes powerful. It helps you move forward when you don't feel like it. When others stop, you keep going. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control everything in life, but we can control how we respond. We can choose to act with intention, no matter what happens around us. Marcus Aurelius, a great Stoic, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Self-discipline is the way to use that power. When you build discipline, you learn to show up daily. You stop depending on mood or motivation. You simply do what needs to be done. Whether you're tired, sad, distracted, or overwhelmed, you keep going. That is the strength of consistent action. It may not feel special at first, but over time, it builds momentum. And with momentum, anything is possible. Every great achievement begins with small, daily efforts. Writers who publish books write one page a day. Athletes who win medals train every morning. Entrepreneurs who build empires take action even when no one is watching. It is not luck, it is discipline. Consistency gives you control over your future. It keeps your goals alive. It teaches you that success is not a big moment. It is a series of small, disciplined steps. Self-discipline is the fuel that keeps your fire burning. It may not always be easy, but it is always worth it. Lesson 2. It enables overcoming procrastination. Procrastination is the silent thief of progress. You may have plans, you may have goals, but if you keep delaying, nothing gets done. Procrastination often hides behind excuses. I'm not ready yet. I'll do it tomorrow. I don't feel inspired. But these are just tricks the mind plays. The Stoics believed in living in the present moment. Seneca said, "While we waste our time hesitating and postponing, life is slipping away." Self-discipline helps you act now, not later. It teaches you that waiting for the perfect time is a trap. The perfect time is always now. With discipline, you stop waiting for motivation. You start creating it. You set a schedule. You stick to it, even when you don't feel like it. Slowly, you build a new habit, doing the hard things first. This gives you freedom. Freedom from stress. Freedom from guilt. Freedom from the weight of unfinished tasks. When you use self-discipline to overcome procrastination, your mind becomes clearer. You feel more in control. Each time you act instead of delay, you train your brain. You prove to yourself that you are not a slave to emotions or laziness. You can choose action. Procrastination creates anxiety, but action brings peace. Self-discipline doesn't just help you do more, it helps you feel better. It gives you power over time. You learn to manage your day instead of your day managing you. Overcoming procrastination is not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about doing one thing now instead of 10 things later. Self-discipline is the tool that helps you start. And once you start, you gain the momentum to keep going. Lesson 3. Self-control builds strong habits. Habits shape our lives. What you do every day becomes who you are. But building good habits takes more than desire. It takes self-control. Without control, we fall into bad habits. We eat poorly. We scroll endlessly. We sleep late. But with control, we choose better. Epictetus, another wise Stoic, taught that freedom is not doing what you want. True freedom is choosing what's right, even when it's hard. That's self-control. It's saying no to short-term pleasure for long-term peace. It's choosing water over soda, sleep over screens, reading over scrolling. Every habit starts small. A morning walk, 5 minutes of reading, a healthy breakfast. It doesn't have to be big, but it must be regular. Self-control helps you repeat these actions until they become natural. Then, you no longer fight with yourself. The good habits become your way of life. Bad habits feel easy at first, but they create pain later. Good habits are hard at first, but they bring peace and strength later. Self-control helps you stick with the good, even when the bad is tempting. The beauty of discipline is that it gets easier over time. Your brain learns, your body adapts. What felt hard yesterday becomes normal tomorrow. But only if you keep going, only if you control your choices. Self-control is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. The more you choose right over easy, the easier it becomes to keep choosing right. That's how strong habits are built, one choice at a time. Self-discipline is what gives you that power. Lesson 4. Discipline enhances focus and productivity. We live in a noisy world. Notifications, messages, ads, and endless entertainment. It's hard to focus. But focus is necessary for great work. Without it, your energy is scattered. You start many things, you finish nothing. Stoicism teaches us to simplify, to remove distractions. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you seek tranquility, do less, and then do only what is essential." Self-discipline helps you do just that. It helps you say no to the unimportant, so you can say yes to your purpose. With discipline, you create structure, you make a plan, you follow it. You stop multitasking and start deep working. One task, one goal, one clear mind. This creates flow. Flow is when time disappears. You get absorbed in the task. You do your best work. This is what productivity really means. Discipline also helps you manage your energy. It teaches you to rest well, eat well, and move your body. A focused mind needs a healthy body. Stoics believed in balance. They cared for the mind and body. Discipline helps you do both. You stop chasing every new idea. You focus on what matters. You finish what you start. You stay calm in chaos. That is the power of a disciplined mind. You become sharper, quieter, more effective. Productivity is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters with full attention. Discipline gives you that edge. In a distracted world, focus is rare, but with self-discipline, it becomes your superpower. Lesson 5. It fosters resilience in setbacks. Life is full of challenges. Plans fail, people leave, health breaks. The Stoics never promised a pain-free life. They promised strength to face it. And that strength comes from self-discipline. When you are disciplined, you don't break under pressure. You bend, but you stand. You fall, but you rise. This is resilience. It's the ability to keep going, even when everything goes wrong. It's the quiet power that says, "I will not give up." Discipline builds this strength slowly. Each time you wake up early, each time you do the hard thing, you build mental toughness. You train your mind to endure. You remind yourself that discomfort is not the end, it's the path. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control events, but we can control our reaction. When something bad happens, you have two choices: complain or grow. Self-discipline helps you choose growth. You feel the pain, but you don't stop. You rest, but you don't quit. Resilience is not about never falling. It's about always getting back up. The Stoics taught that hardship is the training ground for greatness. Like fire tests gold, challenges test your character. And with discipline, you come out stronger. So when life hits hard, don't shrink. Stand up. Face it. Use your discipline. Trust your strength. Every setback becomes a step forward when you face it with resilience. And that resilience is built one disciplined day at a time. Lesson 6. Self-mastery boosts confidence. Confidence is not about being perfect. It's about trusting yourself. And that trust comes from self-mastery. When you control your actions, you feel powerful. When you follow through on your promises, You respect yourself. The Stoics valued self-control above all. They believed true peace comes from within, not from praise, money, or success, but from knowing you are in charge of your own mind. That is self-mastery. And it creates deep, lasting confidence. With discipline, you start to see yourself differently. You're not just dreaming anymore. You're doing. You're not just hoping. You're acting. This changes how you feel about yourself. You start to believe in your ability to shape your life. Confidence is built on small wins. When you resist temptation, when you stay calm under stress, when you finish what you start. These moments add up. They prove to your mind that you are capable, that you can handle life. You no longer fear failure because you know you can try again. You no longer need others' approval because you trust your own path. That's real confidence, and it begins with self-discipline. Self-mastery is not about control over others. It's control over yourself, your emotions, your habits, your reactions. And once you master yourself, nothing can shake you easily. That calm, that clarity, that confidence, it all starts with discipline. Lesson 7. Discipline supports long-term goals. Everyone has dreams, but dreams without discipline stay dreams. Big goals take time. They take patience. They take repeated effort over many days, weeks, and years. That's why discipline is so important. It gives you the power to stay committed for the long run. The Stoics believed in focusing only on what you can control. You can't control how fast success comes, but you can control how consistently you work. Epictetus taught that we should act with purpose, not for applause. Discipline helps you stay focused on the process, not the outcome. A long-term goal might seem too big at first. Maybe you want to become a doctor, start a business, write a book, or get fit. These things take years. You may feel overwhelmed, but discipline helps you break it down. One day at a time, one task at a time. With discipline, you stop chasing quick results. You trust in steady progress, even if it's slow, even if no one sees it. You know the journey is worth it. You stop giving up after a few days. You keep going, even when the results don't come right away. Long-term goals test your character. They test your patience, but they also build your strength. And discipline is what carries you through the hard parts, the boring parts, the quiet parts when no one is cheering for you. Without discipline, you chase many things and finish nothing. With discipline, you choose one path and stay on it. That's how success is built. Not with speed, but with consistency. The Stoics remind us that we must align our actions with our values. If your goal is important to you, then your daily actions must reflect that. Discipline connects your values to your behavior. It helps you build a life you're proud of, one day at a time. Lesson 8. It reduces impulsive decisions. Every day, you face choices. Some are big, some are small, but every choice shapes your future. When you act on impulse, you lose control. You buy things you don't need, say words you regret, skip the things that matter. Impulsiveness can destroy progress. Self-discipline gives you the pause, that small moment before action. It helps you stop, think, and choose wisely. The Stoics called this control over passion. Not suppression of emotion, but guidance of emotion. They taught that wisdom is in choosing reason over impulse. When you're disciplined, you make better decisions. You don't eat junk just because it's in front of you. You don't waste hours scrolling because you feel bored. You don't spend money just to feel good for 5 minutes. You think ahead. You ask, will this help me grow? If not, you walk away. This ability to delay gratification is powerful. It separates those who react from those who respond. It gives you space to choose your values over your urges. That's real freedom. In the modern world, temptation is everywhere. Advertisements scream for attention. Apps beg for your time. But you are not a puppet. With self-discipline, you become the master. You decide what matters. You protect your time, energy, and focus. Each time you choose discipline over impulse, you become stronger. You feel more in control. You make decisions that bring peace, not regret. And over time, these good choices build a great life. Impulsiveness leads to chaos. Discipline leads to clarity. That's why Stoicism teaches us to live with intention. Let your choices reflect your highest self, not your lowest urges. Discipline is the guide that helps you do that. Lesson 9. Self-regulation improves overall well-being. A peaceful life is not free from problems. It's built on control over your reactions. When you master your thoughts, habits, and emotions, you feel better, you sleep better, you focus better, you live better. This is the gift of self-discipline. Stoicism is deeply connected to inner peace. The Stoics knew that storms will come, but they believed in being the calm in the storm. That calm is not given, it is created through self-regulation. It's choosing kindness over anger, patience over frustration, silence over gossip. Self-discipline gives you that inner control. It helps you pause before reacting. It helps you think clearly when emotions rise. It gives you tools to deal with stress, fear, and pressure. Modern science agrees. Studies show that disciplined people are happier. They feel more in control. They handle stress better. They make healthier choices. They feel less regret. This is not magic. It's simply the result of managing your time, your habits, and your responses. Think about how you feel after a lazy day of junk food and distractions. Now think about how you feel after a day of healthy habits and focused work. The difference is huge. One drains you, the other lifts you. That's the power of discipline. Self-regulation also improves relationships. You listen more. You argue less. You become more stable. People trust you more. You trust yourself more. That's how you create lasting peace in yourself and around you. Discipline may look strict from the outside, but inside, it brings freedom. Freedom from guilt, from regret, from chaos. You feel more balanced, more grounded, more alive. That's the true reward of self-regulation. Lesson 10. Self-discipline unlocks true potential. You are capable of more than you know. But talent is not enough. Ideas are not enough. Even passion is not enough. What truly unlocks your potential is self-discipline. The ability to show up, work hard, stay humble, and keep going. Many people start strong. Few people finish strong. The difference is discipline. It is the silent force behind every great success. It's what separates dreams from reality. It's what helps you become who you were meant to be. The Stoics believed that each person had a purpose, a unique role to play. But that purpose can only be fulfilled through effort, through daily practice, through consistent growth. That's where discipline comes in. It turns your potential into progress. You may not see results right away. That's okay. Discipline teaches you patience. It helps you focus on the work, not the outcome. Each small step you take matters. Each quiet victory builds strength. When you're disciplined, you don't wait to feel ready. You begin. You don't chase perfection. You chase progress. You don't need applause. You find peace in the process. And slowly, your true self begins to emerge. Your potential is not a distant dream. It's inside you, waiting. But it needs your commitment, your daily effort, your honesty, your discipline. And as you build that discipline, you begin to feel proud, not just of what you do, but of who you're becoming. That's the real transformation. Not just better results, but a better you. The Stoics remind us, the obstacle is the way. The hard road is the one that leads to growth. Discipline is what keeps you on that road. And at the end of it, you don't just find success, you find yourself. Self-discipline is not a punishment, it is a gift. It gives you power over your time, your habits, your emotions, and your future. The Stoics knew this truth thousands of years ago, and it still holds today. If you want a better life, start with self-discipline. Not with grand plans, but with small actions. One step, one choice, one moment at a time. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Let the teachings of Stoicism guide you. Let your actions reflect your highest values. And let self-discipline unlock the greatness within you. The path won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it.